Hello there guys, welcome to another video from Mutant Year Zero. I think this one's number 5, I'm not sure. There's a couple of things I need to tell you. First of all, I'm not doing this commentary live. I recorded this video last night with no audio, and I'm now just talking over it as I watch it. So I'll be pointing a couple of little things out, and I'll be telling you a couple of ideas that I've had and a couple of problems that I found. But obviously there's not going to be live reactions because I already know what happens. What I have noticed is when you play on permadeath, you cannot manually save. Now, as you've obviously noticed many times on my videos, I have manually saved. So I'm not on permadeath, and I have no idea how or why I'm not, but obviously I must have saved, loaded a wrong save at one point. So yeah, my videos have been lying to you. None of these are permadeath, and I'm not even sure now whether or not I'm on the top level, because I did start a playthrough with permadeath on the maximum level, but obviously this one I've been playing on isn't that one, because I can save. So, yesterday, when I didn't upload a video, and also the day before, I recorded quite a few videos, both on here and on Forza, and the video files were corrupt, so I've been having a lot of problem with those. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. I'll get back to that in a sec, but we're about to go into a battle. On this playthrough, it is all about picking them off. It really is. And I did play this level a couple of times and actually fail. Whereas on this actual playthrough I'm successful, and I'm just going around picking them off very gently. Now the problem is, there is a medibot, which as soon as you alert his attention, he runs off and revives everybody that you've killed, like everybody. So killing him is key to doing this level successfully. But before we get to him, what I'm doing first of all is picking off the stragglers, and there's quite a few of them. Now these two guys, 12 points and 12 points. My idea here was to pick them off with silent weapons, but obviously I can't do that to both of them, so I've got to change my plan. Look at that, 6 damage, and a possible 7 with critical hit. That's bloody awesome. So yeah, I've got my silent weapons improved a little, which is really, really good, because they are so important. So here's my change of plan. Mr. Pig can knock people out. So what I was thinking here is if I can take out the first one with silent weapons, and then I can damage the second one, knock him out, then he's not going to alert the attention of anybody else. So my plan here is to use the 2 up top to completely kill one of them, and then use the pig to knock the other one out. I know, it's genius. There we go.
Not today, dickwipe.
She needs to find some new insults, doesn't she? Well, I decided to go for the back one.
Wow! Yeah!
Right, I decided to go for the back one with those two, because if this guy had to rush in too far, some of the other foes that are behind might have seen him, so that's what I was trying to avoid here. But yeah, now we're going to be charging, knocking this guy on his ass, and then we can just pick him off with the silent weapons. that actually do any damage? It doesn't, does it? No, I don't think it does. I mean, knocking them out is... Oh no, he's got 2 points of damage, I think. Yes, he has. So yeah, it does a little bit of damage, and also knocks him on his ass for a turn, which is incredibly useful.
Yeah, great work.
Well done, guys. Oh, I completely forgot. I leveled up. I actually level up quite a bit on this level. It levels you up a lot. So you can see I'm level 23 there, up in the top left. So I decided to just go and have a little mooch around, see if there's any scrap or any goodies, just with the pig, whilst leaving those two guys up there out of the way. Now you can see just up ahead, that's the robot.
Hey, follow me.
So this is the Medibot. Now if I don't kill him, you get a lot of attention from everybody else. And also, it'll just run off and start reviving people. So to kill the robot in one is really very important. I can't remember what I did here. I definitely don't think I killed him in one. I don't think I've got the ability to do that. I would have kept it on silent weapons because just behind the robot is one of those brother people with all of his cronies. And so this is a place where on the previous couple of playthroughs where the video didn't record properly, I did actually die. So yeah, this is quite a danger zone. Anyway, while I'm deciding what to do, which usually takes me a while, I have noticed, I'll tell you what I have been doing to try and correct my recording problems. So I do record onto an external drive, just one of the little thumb drives, and recently, over the past couple of days especially, all my videos have been corrupt, like it's all just green. Now that happens a lot with Red Dead Redemption. It's been happening with Red Dead Redemption for a long time, which is why I've not been uploading videos on that. Every time I record them, they're corrupt. So I thought I'd hang on to that until I have a better solution. And I bought myself a new external drive yesterday, but it wasn't compatible, so I'm now just using that as an external drive for the games. But when I had both external drives attached and my capture drive, I noticed that that actually made the problem worse. So from that, I figured I'll disconnect all of my external drives where I keep my games stored, put the games that I'm recording for YouTube on the actual Xbox drive itself, and then just have my capture drive and nothing else. So that's what I'm doing now, which means there's not much drain on the Xbox because it doesn't have to power those other external drives. Now I recorded this video last night just as a bit of a check really to see whether or not it would be corrupt, and it isn't. So hopefully I've solved that problem. Now my Xbox is from England, but I am in Colombia where the electricity is much lower. I was using a transformer, but it overheated and burnt the floor, like a step-up transformer. So now I'm just plugged into their electricity, which seems to work, but it does seem that I have quite a few issues. I have overheating issues, I have this problem with the corrupt video files, but now that I have lowered the demand on my Xbox, it seems a bit better. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. So hopefully this will have fixed the problem with Red Dead Redemption as well, and I can get back on that and start uploading videos on it again. So yeah, we've got many changes of plan going on here. What I was thinking about doing is taking out that robot from high up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So instead, I'm going to go around into this building here and try and pick off the guy that's just made that red circle. So that's my plan. I'm going to sneak around into the building whilst picking up some lovely scrap and try and take out a couple more just before I go into where the robot is. I don't want to, you know, attack the robot and then get the attention of all the others. So here we go. Yeah, this zone is good for scrap. There's a lot of scrap in here.
Why do we have to stay and watch the ugly art, man? They can't keep us here. I want to party too.
Yeah, we party. We can party on this man's face. Cut it real quick.
Wouldn't make his face uglier, would it? This man fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
That's ugly. Ugly Hawk Man.
So from a previous playthrough, where the video didn't record properly, I know the walking patterns of these two guys, and I know that I can take out that pyro silently while the hunter walks off, and then when the hunter comes back, I can go for the hunter. I'm being cautious. I have to get 100%. If I don't kill him,
Serves you right. They had it coming.
he just shouts everybody, and then it's just death. So now if I wait here, the hunter does come back. He doesn't notice his mate's dead on the floor and think what the fuck's going on and alert everybody. He just comes back and stands in his usual place and waits for me to kill him with my silent weapons. I have to say the AI is a little bit stupid on this. Now on the videos that I recorded over the past couple of days that were all corrupt, I'd saved over my saves, so I couldn't go back and do them again. I tried to rescue the video. I spent a huge amount of time just picking out all of the corrupt frames and compressing the rest together. But then I wasn't able to save the file. The file itself, it just wouldn't work. So I was thinking about trying to do like a screen recording of the video that I rescued. But it was just too much of a mess, so I couldn't do it. But I was in a different zone to this one, which I actually cleared out, and there was a tank in there, and it was an amazing battle that went on for ages and ages. I had to run away, I had to heal myself, but eventually I come through. I did kill the tank.
That was awesome.
I was incredibly chuffed with myself, and then the entire thing didn't work, so I couldn't share it, which was such a shame. We got a boomstick. So yeah, the shotguns are brilliant damage, they really are. And also we got an artifact just sitting up there on the table. There's a lot of goodies in this zone, there really are. There we go, a defibrillator, which is for helping people to relax and removing the fribs from their body. Oh, I do love these little descriptions.
What's with the hieroglyphics here? Is this an army of midgets? I don't get it.
There we go, a very cautious save game. So what I've just done looked quite easy, but on this level I have been killed quite a few times. As soon as I get the attention of these foes coming up, that's where it normally goes all wrong. So I'm gonna tread very, very, very carefully. And my plan here is to sneak around the back and take out the Medibot. Now the duck does have a mutation. I haven't got it on this actual this loadout, but there is a mutation for the duck which can disable one of the robots for a turn. And I've always thought, nah, that wouldn't be all that great. But I tell you what, it really, really would help. So that is a mutation that I might get in the future. I also wish I hadn't have taken mutations that I have. I've been very, very tempted to start the playthrough all over again. And do it a little bit differently. There he is, look. So I know that I can't really kill him with silent weapons, so the reason I just went off and took out those ones that were up in the building is because if the robot alerts everyone's attention, there would have been those plus the ones down here coming after me. But it's about at this point where I start to think, is it possible to knock the robot out? So can the pig charge the robot? So that's what I'm thinking right here. I have no idea if you can knock out a robot or not. I'm thinking, does the knockout only work? I have actually got people's attention. Look, the enemy did hear me. I didn't think I did that. I thought I did it silently. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I honestly can't remember. Now what I didn't realise here is the crossbow has actually got a mod on it that gives it a chance to disable a robot, and I think it's about a 30% chance. So I didn't realise that when I was choosing which weapon to shoot with. But yeah, the crossbow against robots is definitely a good call. It's almost a third chance to disable the robot. Look at that, chance of an EMP, 30% on the crossbow. But yeah, I didn't notice it at all. But I didn't get the EMP, I didn't disable the robot, but I hadn't even realised it was there. I saw it later.
Don't step into the light. Personal injury detected. Provider on approach vector.
So, thankfully, the AI do something really stupid here. So the brother, who is the most dangerous one to me, actually just ran away and hid. If he'd have ran towards me, you know, I'd have been in a real serious mess.
As good as dead!
Done me with that one. I'm hit.
Right, the duck and the girl absorb fire damage. Well, I say absorb. They're immune to it. So they got the little fire jackets on. So I decided to just get the pig out of the way and use the pig to chase the robot. At least that's what I think I decided. But yeah, I do need to kill that robot before he gets to... They run a really long way as well, so it's quite hard to chase after them. But if the robot gets to the foe, who's dead on the floor, he will revive him. Now... There we go. I didn't think I'd done that. I thought I flew up there to shoot the robot. What I have also noticed is a future mutation of the pig is to eat a corpse to be able to get health. That's amazing. Now, I mean, you can't use it all the time because it has to. You have to kill 2 people to reset it. But it does mean, I think, if I'm eating a corpse, then I'm pretty sure that the robot won't be able to revive that person because I'll have eaten them. And obviously it gives me health as well, so it saves me using health kits. So I'm very interested to see how that works when I unlock it.
I'm bleeding here! Not today, dickwipe!
So the robot's down to 2 health, which is very good news. He hasn't actually got to anybody yet, so I can just leave Salma close to him. I don't have to kill him on this turn, and she can take him out.
Don't it?
But yeah, taking the hunter out is really important.
Injury analysis in progress.
See what I mean? He runs so far. So yeah, this is where I send the pig after the robot. Get him out of the way of any fire. So the pyro's getting in closer, and if the pyro throws fire, you know, that's bad for the pig.
Fancy. We need it!
Got me!
What happened there? So my plan here is to chase the robot with the pig. Now I know there's a corpse, I don't know, you can see it just to the right of the robot, there's a corpse there, so that's who he's going to revive. So I know that if I get close to him, he's going to be kneeling on the floor reviving that corpse, and on my next go I can kill him, and I don't think that's enough time for him to revive somebody. I think he needs another go to revive someone, so as long as I get close to the robot, on the next go I'm going to be able to stop him from bringing people back to life. So that's the plan here with the pig. I want to come as far this way as possible though, because I want to be away from that hunter that's running through the building. The hunter is on fire. The hunter's on fire for another 3. So I shot him with a weapon that's got the broiler damage, which gives a 50% chance of setting them on fire. So when that works, that weapon is amazing. It actually took me quite a long time to decide to do what I've already told you I'm going to do. So yeah, this is the decision process. I'm not sure if I had noticed before this point that the body was so close to the robot. I was worried about the robot running out of range. But then, I think just before I ran there, I was thinking, no, he's not going to run too far because there's a body just here. So that's gave me a little bit more confidence that I'm going to be able to take him out. Now, I want to get away from that butcher. And I'm not sure exactly where the hunter is. There we go, the butcher is dead. So I thought I ran away from the butcher, but I didn't. I killed him. Much better plan.
He's lying down again. operation. Operation started. You will soon
The
be killing
ancients
again.
empower you! Stalkers burn best.
Got it. That frickin' stinks.
Well, there we go. So the pig can take out the robot at least, so I know we're not going to get a revival from that.
They've taken one of us.
But the pig is on fire for another turn, so he's going to be down to 1 health. And the duck needs to get away from the hunter, which is very important. What a waste. I was really lucky there because I didn't know he got a line of fire on the duck at all, so I wasn't worried about the duck. Whereas that could have killed the duck. That could have been the end for me if that hadn't have missed. So yeah, I was very, very lucky with that. So I'm not worried about the pyro because the duck absorbs fire damage, but I just want to get out of range of the hunter with the duck. And 25% chance of hitting him is no good at all. But I took the chance. I really thought I went into Overwatch there, but I didn't. I knew I was thinking about it, obviously, but that's not what I did. But I should have done. I think Overwatch would have been a much wiser choice on that one. I think there would have been a better chance of me hitting him when he ran out to get me. So while the pig's out of harm's way, my plan's just to make sure he's got bullets in his guns.
Get up! Face me!
So there we go. I wasn't out of range. I thought I was, but I wasn't. Is he going to throw that? Oh my god. If he'd thrown that then, the pig would be dead, and that would be game over. I'm not sure what I'm thinking here. It's got to be knock him out, hasn't it? Has to be.
Do you feel the darkness closing in?
Oh, well, that's not good, is it? Oh, I didn't think I'd recorded that. I was thinking, what am I doing? I'm going to die. But I didn't think that I'd actually... Oh my god. I thought I'd just recorded the successful one. But obviously I died, so I can't remember where my save was. Was it before I attacked the robot? No, it wasn't, was it? I jumped down with the duck. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure how far back I went or what I did differently. So yeah, obviously something different's going to happen this time. So that was my attempt where I died. I didn't think I'd recorded that. So here we go. I'm back to taking on the robot. Let's see how this pans out. How do I do it differently this time? So we're back down to the robot. So guys, that is how not to do it. Now I'd like to show you how to do it. I honestly thought that was the one where I was successful. So a couple of my decisions there did surprise me. So obviously I'm going to be doing something different here, but taking out this robot,
That had to hurt.
that's important. Now again, I didn't get my EMP, so I didn't disable the robot, which is a real shame. I mean, that makes a big difference. That means on his next turn, he can't do anything, and I get 6 shots on him with silent weapons instead of 3. And 6 shots on a robot with silent weapons is plenty. Definitely going to kill him.
Serves you right!
Ah. This is where I'm thinking, can I knock him out? Okay, so this is what I was talking about last time that didn't happen. So can I charge the robot and knock him out? There's our answer. Yes, you can. So, take out a robot without it alerting anyone's attention. Simply use silent weapons, knock him out, and then use silent weapons again. That is the trick. I should have run away with the pig then. So like backed up a little bit, put him under cover. Although to be honest, I definitely want to get the 100% damages. Now fortunately that didn't get anybody's attention and it leveled me up. Let's sneak off into the corner while we look at what we can do with our mutations. And I think
I'm going alone.
I think I've just spotted a bit of scrap. The back of the ambulance, was there? Yes, there was. There it is. A broken gun hiding under the ambulance.
Regroup.
I think I probably took a save here. The robot's down, and I have nobody's attention, so that sounds like saving time. We got 8 points on the duck, so this is the thing. Look, circuit breaker disables the robot, or the eagle eye gives 25% to weapon damage, and that's a 50% crit chance from high ground. Now that disabling robot would have been really useful then, but obviously I didn't have it, but I do think I take it here. Now, the pig can obviously charge a robot, but that puts him in sight of other things. Also, if his, you know, you have to have kills to recharge this. So now I've got 2 abilities to knock out a robot. I've got the one just taken by the duck, and I've also got the charge from the pig. Although I do like one of the other pig mutations, which would replace that charge, which is the eating the corpse thing that I mentioned. So when I unlock that, I might lose the charge. She's got 4, can only do the health, and I'm not interested in doing that just yet. So here's my cautious save. Now I am always saving over the same slot, which I really shouldn't do, because when I did that before, and then I had that corrupt video, it means I missed out a chunk of the game for you. Now nothing really special to do with the story happened, but I did have some pretty awesome battles that were, you know, I was quite proud of them, and now I can't share them. So yeah, I might start recording in different game slots. So we got a pyro, a hunter, and a brother Skoog, and a butcher. The hunter is definitely the biggest problem of these, I think. The pyro is not really a problem for the girl or the duck, he's only a problem for the pig. But the hunter's a problem for everybody, and he runs really far as well. I mean, the butcher is pretty easy to kill. Now I'm attacking the pyro, obviously, but I don't think I'm getting the other's attention. I think I'm going to take the pyro out here without actually alerting any of the others.
brothers is down.
That was awesome.
So we've took him out, but we have alerted the attention of Brother Spook. I'm not certain whether the other two are in. Yes, they are, but they're doing nothing. God knows why. So yeah, we have his attention, but I've got a plan. My plan was to charge him, knock him out, but I need to kill 2 more foes before I can do that. So I have to change my plan. So I'm just seeing how much damage things cause to him here. Not a lot. He has 26, which is a lot of health to have to chip away at. And obviously he has the ability to zap me and zap his friends and buff them up. Now the last thing I want him to do is to buff the Hunter. When he buffs the Hunter has incredible range, kills me with 1 shot. So taking out the Hunter so that he cannot be buffed is a very good option for me. So this is what I'm checking out here. Is it possible for me to do that? Can I get close enough to the Hunter to guarantee that I'm going to take him out? I'm also thinking the Skoog guy is tough. If I can take out the other 2, that means the pig will then regain the ability to charge, and then I can knock him out, which obviously gives me the opportunity to cause a huge amount of damage to him. And I could also, I was thinking about locking him in place and setting him on fire and that kind of stuff, but the locking people in place is good if you're on a run away. But when you set a person on fire, they just stay on fire anyway. It's like they don't have to stay in the fire, which is what I was thinking previously. So I liked the combination of her tree roots and the Molotov cocktails, but you don't need it. If you throw a Molotov cocktail, the person just sets on fire and they stay on fire. Not a great chance, is it? But look at that. Set him on fire. So I hit him, and I had a 50% chance for the broiler to kick in, and it did. So now the Hunter is on fire, so even if I only do, you know, not full damage, he's going to die because it will chip away at him. And he's on fire for 4 turns. Now obviously I couldn't go through the fire with the pig, but I can with the other 2. So yeah, that's not a problem. I can run through fire with these 2 guys.
Now it's getting fun.
And unfortunately that pushed him back, which is sometimes good, sometimes bad. One of the things that I did in the video that didn't work, there was a robot that was kicking my ass, and it was stood up on a platform, and I was able to use the pushback to shove him off the platform.
You did good.
Give your mind to me!
That's not looking good, is it?
Cut that filthy mutant neck!
Damn it! I'm hit.
Right, fortunately the butcher just ran in and did nothing, so now I can kill him quite easily. Now if I kill him with these 2, which should be quite easy, he's only got 12 points, that means that I've got my 2 kills, which are necessary to revive the pig's ability to charge, which is going to win me the game. There we go.
They've taken one of us.
Call me.
I owe you a grog. That was amazing.
So now we can knock out Brother Skoog.
It feels so good.
Now what we've got to do is inflict as much bloody damage as possible before he comes around. So with her I'm going to go up top to get the additional bonus from high level. Much better chance of getting a critical. But unfortunately, only a weaker weapon has any bullets. But she can reload the other one next time. And he's got no bullets at all. Now, I don't know if you noticed there, but that reload gave... It reloaded 2. Now, I've never noticed that before. I thought a reload just put 1 bullet in the gun each time. But that reload was... it took that gun to full. Now, I don't know if it's because it's that particular gun, which I have now scrapped, actually. I don't have it anymore.
Don't it?
The broiler kicked in again, so he's on fire. So he's now down to just 11 health. And he's also on fire, and he's also knocked out. So I can take him out with this round of shots.
All you got?
Yeah.
There we go, guys. That is a clear zone. And the level up is a nice little reward. Now, in this, just in front of me now in the school, there is a lot of scrap that is very easy to miss. It's kind of like... they're flat. I don't know whether I actually video where I go and pick them up, so I want to tell you about them just in case. But on the tables, there's kind of like flat things, and I think they're worth about 10 scrap each. It just looks like a metal tray on the table, but I didn't notice it was scrap at all. And I did walk past them quite a few times before I realised that it is something I can collect. So yeah, that's what she's doing now. She's having a little mooch around, making sure we haven't missed anything, because the scrap, I mean, when it glitters, it's really easy to see, but it doesn't do that until you kind of almost see it anyway. So Magnus is strapped up there. That's what I've got to do. I've got to release him. So that was the objective of this mission. I wished I'd have known that EMP was there previously. That would have been very useful against the robot, but obviously the charge worked. The charge knocked him out. So it was really interesting to find that out.
The smell of gunpowder fades. We're safe. For now. We free the prisoner. He's a stalker named Magnus. Part of Hammond's team. Selma's partner. Magnus is a mutant too. Not on the outside, but on the inside. He's got powers. Mind powers. But he's not insane like the Nova sect. He's calm, real calm, tuned into some frequency only he can hear. Magnus tells his tale. Him and Hammond were ambushed by the Nova sect. Nova sect heard about Hammond. Heard he could talk to machines. Get machines going. So they left Magnus here to die. And took Hammond south to their hangout. They call it the Spear of Heaven. Nova sect would make Hammond interpret the gifts of the ancients and open the gates to Eden. Whatever that means. Magnus thinks they're gonna blow up the zone and take the Ark with them. I suggest we rescue Hamill before something goes boom. Selmer and Magnus agree. Even ducks.
So now we have Magnus available. We can switch him and Selmer. We don't have the option to switch the duck or the pig, but we can swap those over, so it gives us the ability to have different mutations and a slightly different setup with our team. Oh, I am going to see those tables. See there, that tray on the table? So yeah, you can collect those, and I think they're worth 10 scrap each, so make sure you don't miss any of this stuff in the school. There is a lot of it. And scrap is rare in this game. The things that you buy with it are very, very expensive. You don't find that much of it, and if you're buying grenades, it consumes your scrap so quickly. Now I'm kind of trying to hold on to mine, because I'm hoping that there'll be like a better piece of armor or something. So look at that. It's only because it popped up saying broken electronics that I realised that was collectible. So as soon as I got one of them, I started looking around to see if there are any more, and there's one up here. So yeah, that's 20 scrap. This one just here, 20 scrap that I would have missed because I just thought it was a tray on the table. Even when it shined, I just thought that was the metal tray shining. It wasn't until I saw it saying press A to, you know, pick it up, that I actually went and gave it more attention. So I like this. This is obviously a school that has been used as a medical centre in some sort of emergency crisis. So there's a dead guy there on the gurney, and there's the cross and the ambulances. So I like the way this sort of like post-apocalyptic world, you can see a bit of the story going on. It's kind of like we need to use this school as a makeshift hospital. So I'm going to switch out to the new guy, Magnus, and have a quick look at his mutations. So immune to Overwatch while sprinting. 25% chance of pulling bullets out of the air. So I think that's quite interesting. It's a passive ability. It's a 25% chance that nothing's going to hit him, and it doesn't need a recharge, which is good. So sneaking between covers. I mean, if you're the way this works, if you're behind a cover and foes might see you, and you get to behind another cover, generally they won't, which sounds pretty good. This one here, electricity jumps between grouped enemies. So a little bit like Brother Screw can do. Zap one, it bounces around between them all. I did go and try this out, but it's not on video, but it didn't do much damage. I tried to jump between the pack of dogs, and it only did 3 damage to each. This one allows you to take control, it says, of an organic enemy. I tried that one on the dogs as well. It did nothing. They were immune to it. But it does work on other things. So if you remember right back near the beginning, we had to sneak past a couple of foes. So I decided what might be a good idea. There were only 2 of them there, they're very high level. So I thought if I use that mind control ability, this puppeteer, and I go back there and put one of them under mind control, and then just keep attacking the other one, am I going to be able to take them out? So they were level like 45, one of them was a tank. So that is what I decided to try to do. But when I went to do that, I wasn't recording. But about halfway through doing it, I did start recording. So I ran in, I used the puppeteer on the weaker of the 2 foes, and once I'd done that, I then tried to kill them both. So I did start recording. Once the puppeteer had worked and I realised, hey, I might kill this guy, I then started recording. So you're gonna, at the end of this video, you're gonna kind of see the results of using that, the new mutation skill, the puppeteer, on those 2 very high level foes near the beginning of the game. So that is all from here. All I did after this was a bit of weapon swapping and things like that. I mean, this guy's got a really good gun. So I swapped out a couple of my weapons. I scrapped 1 or 2 of them. And I tried to do a couple of upgrades and updates and modifications when I was back at the Ark, so none of that is recorded. So from here, I'm just going to go into the video of that fight that I told you about between me and those very, very high level ones, whereas one of them is under the puppeteer control. Well, here we go, guys. I'm sorry that I didn't catch the beginning of this battle, but you can see the Marauder there on the floor. I've used the puppeteer on him, and then the tank, fortunately, is attacking him. So the tank's come and knocked him out, but originally I used the puppeteer, and then I was able to control him, so I shot the tank with a terrible, terrible weapon that did about 3 damage. Then the tank came over and knocked him out, and now all I'm doing is focusing all my attention on trying to get the tank's health down. Now, really fortunately for me, the tank continues to attack the Marauder that's under my control and not attack me. So when it goes like this puppeteer skill is absolutely awesome. I can just take control of one of them, and then the rest of them kill that one while I'm chipping away at their health. So yeah, this looks like a really good skill, and I do think that I'm going to be playing with this Magnus guy instead of Salma for a little while.
That hurt.
I have no idea why he did that. But look at that, they're both now almost dead. So yeah, that's all down to that one skill, that puppeteer. Really, really awesome skill. So the reason I came back here, I wanted to try this out. There's only 2 foes, so I thought it'd work quite well, which it did. But I also wanted to see if they were kind of protecting anything good. So I'm kind of hoping that there's going to be like a good weapon, some good armor, or an artifact in this area that I had to sneak past previously. So that's what we're going to see once I've killed them both.
You did good.
So this guy is still under my control and is still knocked out. So he didn't really get to do anything, but now I'm just going to kill him where he lies on the floor.
Serves you right.
Not too shabby.
Now my intention is, you haven't seen them, but there's a couple of really high level zone dogs in one of the areas where it didn't record properly that I've just left to it. There's 3 of them there, so I was going to try and do this on them, but it didn't work on them. So unfortunately there was nothing in that pan, but we do have a chest, and inside the chest we got another boomstick. So there we go, we got another shotgun. These are brilliant damage. So what I do after this, I just have a little look around this area to make sure I've got everything. Then I pop on back to the Ark.
Guys, come here.
And just start switching out my weapons. So guys, that is it. Just going to grab whatever he's got, which is an EMP grenade. So that's all for this video. I do apologise that I had to do the commentary post-processing. And hopefully, now that I've changed a few things around about the way that I'm recording, from here on in, I'm not going to have any more glitches, I'm not going to have any more videos failing, and it should all be good. So I'll see you guys all soon. You take care and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.